Good morning, royal family, and welcome back to another episode on the Coin Kings channel. I'm your host, Down the Crypto TA. I do apologize for my 2-3 minutes of being late. I was actually was trying to figure something out with a code and just got sidetracked at the last minute. I don't think I like it on this lower time frame, so I won't be using it here. That's for sure. Get rid of that. Um, all right, so we're really consolidating to make a decision right now. Yesterday we did get that drop down and took that liquidity. Oh, I got all kinds of stuff over here too. I was looking for where we probably would reject that coming back up here. Just choosing to use something different. Golden pocket. Yeah. Golden pocket tap right now. That's what it has been since yesterday. We just moved that. Actually, I'll come back and deal with that. So, mm, um, as far as I could tell, it'll, from a 4 hour, 4 hour time frame, yeah, it did finally break down on that 4 hour. Of course, we lost the trend line, which was to be expected. I mean, I didn't trust that we could bounce from this trend line again. We were trying it right here. It seemed iffy. And I thought maybe if they did push it up, it'd be somewhere in here. Then we got that 382 rejection. I didn't really think about what was happening in the chart, to be honest with you. I really wasn't thinking about what was happening in the chart because the market has been so funky. And like I said to you, I was in no trade, no long and no short yesterday for Bitcoin, just sitting on my hands because it was a little bit too wild in here with the unpredictable price action. At one point, it was easy to see what was happening in the chart, and now it's out of sync. Nothing is making sense at this point for me. So yeah, I mean, we got that little liquidity up there to the upside. We took this liquidity down here, dropped into the golden pocket. I still think that we could see price action come down here and take out this liquidity over here. So that could be what we're trying to do at this moment, especially with seeing the 4 hour, finally lose some steam because it was holding up very well, very well. Whatever we're doing in here right now is corrective, but we've started these little pops to the downside now. So I suspect that we'll get another quick move to the downside here once again. And then this could be where we actually see a bounce from, right in here. Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can see the difference. You can see the difference just in here. Just in here alone, you can see how different we look in here now, as opposed to before. And you can see us as we break this trend line right here. This is the first time, well, actually, it was, yeah, we started to get the weakness in right here. We started to get the weakness in right here, and we got this last little push up that happened, and then we were definitely weak right in here. That liquidity grab. I'm hearing that some exchanges didn't actually take this liquidity, and others did. So, yeah, this is about what I was looking at first coming up on the rejection here, which was about a 50% retracement if you pull a fib on it. Um, so yeah, I think that we come down and we land in here, which is where our position is sitting at. If we're going to take a long, it's sitting right in here. Right where this liquidity is sitting at, and if it happens pretty fast, then I know I'm almost certain that we would get the bounce. Not that it can't bust through a gap. I'm just saying, like, there's gonna be some sort of a reaction right here. I would expect for there to be some sort of a reaction right here anyway. Uh, it would be over this trend line. So we would, yeah, we would likely drop over this trend line and not hold it, as clean as we did, like with that tap, we likely drop below it. So we'll be watching for this morning. Get this drop down here. Uh, guess I'll see how we react here next. We're at a support level right now. Um, well, potential support, prior resistance, I believe. We were looking at yesterday how on the daily. Oh, I refreshed my computer, not computer, but my screen this morning. And some stuff wasn't coming through. Um, this is what we have been watching for that entry at. Um, This is just the low of our mother bar right here because we're still coiling. Actually, I would take that back because we did get that grab of liquidity. So that was our sweep up there. These are just the measured moves. Um, I'm a little concerned about it being too low right now, but stick with it. In this case, we'll be looking for a lower high if we came back up. Unless we drop pretty fast. I think we'd be looking for a lower high. If we start to drop and then get a little pop and start to range around, yeah, we going down because we're gonna be up under all of our momentum in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this because we've lost that. I mean, the only other thing in here would be that we bounce from where we're at. Like we start to hold here and we get a bounce from where we're at. This means that we're somewhere around about a 60 more than likely. And we bounce from here and we go back in this direction, um, possibly just going up here to this golden pocket. That'd be the only thing. Like we would really have to. This like have to be the end of the road right here. I was looking at something on the 15-minute time frame. I can see that we're trying to hold. We are trying to hold that low. We are trying to hold that low on the 15-minute time frame. That was a little indicator that I was over there using. We are trying to hold that low. Um, Actually, you didn't even get a chance to see it. That indicator. Um, I thought I liked it. I liked it on the 4-hour time frame because it helped me see my consolidation. But I'm sorry, patterns in my direction of my break of my patterns. But I decided I don't like it now. Anyway, it was just for fun. Yes, we would have to hold where we are actually. Uh, if we're failing to do that, then I mean, we can get a bounce in here. We have to reduce the risk to reward in here. But like I said, let me go ahead and turn all these things on. At least this will do. 5 days out. But that's a problem. Not necessarily a problem, but I'm finding that to be something that I commonly find in a way for. Like I said, in this situation right here, I think we're doing a double 4-5. So personally, that's what I think we're doing a double 4-5. And so this is something that I commonly see in a four. Is this right here? And then structurally, it looks like it would be something like that anyway. And then we drop somewhere around about here. Sadly, I don't have a short. If I'd been paying attention yesterday, I would have peeped that when we were on stream, that last little push up was into a I counted it as fourth wave. If I'd have been paying attention, could have took that. But I really wasn't paying attention yesterday because I was focused on the stock market. Focused on the stock market. So today I will be a little bit more um, involved with Bitcoin. A little bit more, but I am gonna go back over and take a look at a couple of things from yesterday also. Hmm. Sorry, I'm thinking really hard. We can't hold this little prior day prior day low. So what we're trying to hold here is the prior day low. We did sweep it a little bit right there. We're trying to hold it. That was this was our second drive of bearish divergence. We had it here the first time. This is where we were yesterday, and I wasn't paying attention. I was actually on the 1 hour time frame too. But I really wasn't. So I didn't pay attention to what was happening over here. And at the last minute, I pulled the 382 and the 50, and we got that rejection right there from that 382 and 50. And then that led to this next aggressive move down, where we ended up putting in some bullish divergence down here just to do this and to get another bear div, which I knew we were going to get that anyway, because you can see how quickly we fell down over here on this side. So we fell pretty aggressively here. Um, Back to being corrective. Um, you can see the 1 hour is trying to follow through. Yeah, the other thing here on the daily too. Yeah, it looks like we might get down here. So it was dropping here. It looks like it if we don't hold it here. Looks like we might do that. I'm holding this high over here right now. So we're holding this right now. This literally seems impossible. Oh, it's thundering outside. And so here's the thing, unless this drop happens fast, and it has to, which is why it was that's I mean, either we just got an ABC on maybe 1 hour. Maybe that was an ABC correction on the 1 hour. Uh and um and this slowdown that we're getting from that correction only creates bullish divergence right here. because we would have to drop fast enough for this to invalidate us here. Otherwise, we could put in some bullish divs, not make it down here, and then price continues back up one more time here on this daily time frame, which it just looks so cooked. It looks so cooked. It really looks cooked. You know, I don't want that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Because it is our difference between our momentum and our price action. It's coming in right here, right now. Anyway, I gotta put this. And turn off these VWAPs. Let me see what I got in here. While I'm testing out stuff, I guess I should see how this thing is gonna work over here. Since I'm here, let me just see. I think I need to make one more adjustment. Useless. Dang, it was going so good with this thing on the 4 hour the other day. All right, so that's where we're at. We're underneath the cloud on the 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame as well. We're above it on the 4 hour, and of course, like I said, the situation that was over there. We're at a support level as far as momentum is concerned as well with that daily time frame. Like I said, we have to see a fast drop in here. The 15-minute is trying to round out. It is trying to round out. Hasn't found success just yet, but it is trying to round out and hold that prior day low. We would have a long way to go, really, to push back up towards this high. If we were looking to flip around, I think that yeah, that's a little too far away, in my opinion. I don't really see us making this sort of move right here. It's possible, but I don't really see it. Um, we got a little ending formation right here as well. Let me see. I'm gonna put this dang on thing back in here. Momentum is not as strong right now to the downside again. This is something that I took from uh what's my guy's name? Lazy Bear. This is something I took from Lazy Bear, but when I recognized what he was actually doing, I realized that I didn't want to use it for that, and so I'm using it as something totally different. But it's only useful with divergence, in my opinion. Which I can see right here too. You can see it right here too. As we are slipping down through here. Little divergence through here. Um, but I can see it a lot clearer right here, so it doesn't look so exaggerated. And it could be that we just come back up into the golden pocket. It could be that we just do that. And then this, this is one whole wave right here. So, and this is our, yeah, this is what starts to drop us down. Uh, so that's could be, one whole wave. If we look like we're corrective coming up anyway, then that'll be our wave two. So if we're only seeing three waves coming up, that'd be our wave two. I mean, we already did. Right here, because I already got that first rejection right in here. We had this little ending over here. I don't really care for this. I don't like that. It didn't seem like it came up at all when I did that. So I don't like it. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Just checking to see. Heck no. And I hope no. I thank you. No, 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 no. He said, I hope so. No, no. NFTs do not make a comeback, in my opinion. Ooh, who said yes? Who said yes? NFTs? Mm, yeah. This is our line in the sand, I believe. So, I do believe this is our line in the sand. Just gotta find a little strength. Could see a quick little pop right here. I'm gonna check Bollinger Band. Well, we could see a quick little pop. Look like I do need to bring this back up. I'm going to keep it down there. Bring it back up though. So we don't get distracted by. I'm gonna push it up yeah, higher. Yeah, I'm gonna do it just like that. So it's gonna be off this wick a little bit, and that's okay. Uh, I just want to see it touching that top right there. That's what that was supposed to be the whole purpose of this crazy ass. Oh, ooh, forgive me. Oh my gosh. Supposed to be the whole idea of this. It doesn't. It's not actually confirming it though. It's not actually confirming it, which is weird. So I think this pattern is going to be BS. It's trying to do something, but I think it's going to be BS. I'm sorry. I'm getting bothered by this line not being okay. It's supposed to confirm where you actually have like some sort of a consolidation, which would be expected in a pattern, but it's not confirming it right here. So it could just be me crappy with it. Mm, I don't think I like it. I could use it differently, but I don't think I like it. All right, I'm gonna keep it on here so I can study it a little bit more. It doesn't look like we are actually going to be successful, and it doesn't look like we're going to have a successful breakout of this or whatever. This little falling structure in here is. It doesn't look successful in my opinion. Not at the moment, but the whole idea is that the 15-minute time frame is attempting to hold the floor right here, and again, we can see it from the daily time frame as well, where we're sitting at that 60. So we're still in relative strength. Actually, it's like 56.92. We're not in no relative strength. We're not. We're not. Bitcoin is laying right now. It's laying right now. Delta's getting ready to cross zero on the daily. I think we get this little lower high. That'll be cool. Just like to get this little lower high and then continue that cycle to the downside here. Be cool. Just need to get a short position now. I said if I'd have paid attention in here yesterday, I could have could have peaked that short right there. But the market was so freaking wild yesterday too. But I could have peaked that short right there yesterday. Let's see. While that is happening, let me take a look at something else. Actually, let me give Bitcoin some time and give Bitcoin a little bit more attention today before I try to run off on Bitcoin. I was about to, yeah, get Bitcoin till, oh man, it's almost 7 o'clock already. Come on, little golden pocket, and do your job. Do your job. All right. So I think we would hold here. Yeah, see if I look at this from here, from this perspective, right here, you see how we came into this low right here. So over here, this could just be, like I said, it could be an ABC correction right here. This entire part right here is corrective. Crap. Sad thing is I don't know anything but ABC and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's as much as I can get. I don't know what XY or whatever. I don't know that. I don't know it. And I don't like to spend too much time trying to figure something out either, because the markets move way too fast for me to be doing my alphabets and my numbers. It's useful. It's very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. But if I'm still trying to figure out how to count and say my ABCs, and I will be too late. I try to only do what I can see. This is a good trend line. I was about to delete it, but it's a good trend line. Could be our barrier of resistance. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to come back over here. But we could very likely just come back into it and then reject from there. Let's see. Right now, this is here. I don't know how long this is going to take. If that works. We may not even make it all the way up there then, huh? We could just do a 50% retracement. If we were getting to the golden pocket, then I would be expecting for it to be a liquidity grab. I don't know. We already did this right here, so this is not it. We already did this, and we only came as far as the 50. Unless, like I said, it just rolls over from here, and we get another drop from here. That would be the other alternative, just to take the liquidity down here. As we took this, of course. We did a run on that liquidity. We didn't even just sweep it. Um, yeah. That was the first time over here, not using that. We can really see us starting to lose ground. Yeah, because I think after we lose this right here, we're full on red as far as the MACD is concerned. We're already, we were negative dots all the way down through here. And we're gray now, which means we're closer to validating the reversal confirmation from MACD. And so this again, this could be, it could be, because I don't think it's going to confirm it right away. Could be A. We come back in for a lower high, and that's B. And then we hit C up. It could be like that. So far, there actually isn't a structure change. There literally is no structure change right now. It takes more than just this. If you base it on structure change anyway, it would take more than just that. It's when we look at it from here. Mm-mm. It still went higher than this high. So I'm not going to look at it from a line chart. From a line chart, we did break structure. From a full candle, we didn't. Even though, um, yeah, from a full candle perspective, this is the high. A line chart, this is the low, of course. We had already had the bear div over here. But from a line perspective, yeah, we did change market structure. From a candle perspective, we only have this break right here, but we have to come back up and put in an actual lower high, put in a lower high, and then break down again in this fashion. So possible A, and then a B, and then the C wave would be down here to take out this low right here for this liquidity in here. So I'm gonna be looking at the 2.618 as opposed to I think this is a golden pocket in here or something. Let me just check. I'm gonna pull a fib from. I'm gonna pull it off of this low. Oh, I have to put it on here. Yeah, so it's a golden pocket right here. So I'm not gonna watch that golden pocket. If we're taking liquidity, then I'm gonna look at this 2.618, and this would be the line in the sand. Possibly that, possibly the 786. Actually, that's a little bit too steep in my opinion. Because if this is gonna work, yeah, that would be too far. If this is gonna work, then we wouldn't deviate too far from this liquidity right here. We want to see us reclaim back above the lows in here. So preferably it'll be this low right here if we get the drop down. I think that's gonna be where the 4 hour. No, it's actually the low on the 4 hour. I'm not gonna be able to use that though. I'm gonna have to see us get back above here because we can get stuck underneath the body. So that's how that would have to go. Yep, that's how that's gonna have to go. This little order block right here. eh, that means the 15-minute time frame fails. Got a squeeze on that 1 hour too. We have a squeeze on the 1 hour. And the 4 hour, actually, the 4 hour suggests we can't lose. And I just turn this thing on. That way I don't have to try to. Sorry. I'm just gonna. Oh, I changed the settings. It's all good. Um, I just have to draw that line out. Um, I'm just gonna plot them both in here. That's interesting. So while I'm mentioning this liquidity down here, this is the worst thing that we can do is lose this level right here. That's what I got off of the 4 hour. The worst thing we can do right now is lose this one. We could drop back into this right here and be okay. But if we lose this right here, then right in the current state, if we lose this right here, then we went too far. I think that was why too, looking at the good morning. Good morning. John 3:16. I like that. Spelled with the J and the dot and the OHN 3:16. I love that. I am doing great. Thank you so much for smashing the like button. And this is live. This is live. And I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do. You said Jasmine. I didn't see it, love. You said Jasmine. I can take a look at Jasmine. Let's take a look at Jasmine. Is there a specific time frame you want to look at? Let me ask you that. And is there a specific exchange you need to see that off of? All right, I'm just gonna put an alert on that. That way I can I'm gonna do it from know if I even have Jasmine. Uh, I don't. Somehow I have useless in there. Okay, so no time frame specific. All right, so I'll just go with Binance, Tether USD. Let me push out. We'll go with the weekly time frame, see what you got going on macro. Looks like a long time ago. A long time ago, I looked at this on Jasmine and it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all. So Jasmine is still just consolidating between here and here, huh? I mean, to be honest, I think it's going to be a very long time before Jasmine leaves this zone. Very long time. Um, whatever whatever attempt is trying to make over here is only going to put in a bear div. That's problem number one. You get your floor. So this has been Jasmine's floor right here. You tend to get your reversals anytime you get close to here. I think this was October, situation from October or something like that that caused it to finally fall below here, but it reclaimed. So that's why you get your bounces every time you end up down here. You end up seeing some sort of a bounce from this section right here for that reason, because your max pain in terms of your momentum is right here. That's something that you can look at, instantly is something like this. But yeah, this has to have been, now that was October right here, but it reclaimed and then you came back down. So still is whatever happened right here behind October. So you're back to just holding your ground right here. But whatever move you're trying to make up, it's only going to be met with bearish divergence. That looks obvious from right there. You're not getting above 50. in any means, which means you're just straight. Let me see if you have any squeezers or anything like that on here. Um, don't have a ceiling because you're not really going anywhere. Actually, I'm just going to turn these on right here. Let me just kind of see. Yeah. I mean, at best, you come back up here again, but you only put in the bear div. I don't see anything that suggests otherwise. Yeah, I don't see anything that suggests otherwise. What I can tell you is, because it hasn't done it so far. If you can more than likely count on something bigger to happen if you see Jasmine. Um, because this chart is just sideways. It's sideways. If I clone that, then I see if we can't see this from a lower time frame as well. I'm just going to change this to red. Actually, let me leave this green. I'm going to change the floor to red because you want to hold that. So you want to break this, and then this is what you need to see to show that bulls have a chance. You don't have a chance right now. That's what you need to see to show that bulls have a chance. You're far off from that right now. But once you can see this happen, then your bulls have a chance. So you can see this happens, you come in, you put in your higher low, but you have to at least be able to move into some sort of strength. And right now, you're not doing that. So if you can move into some sort of strength in here, then you got a chance. Right now, that's far, far, far from happening. But you do that, then you got a chance of going higher. But it's only after you can at least get in here. You don't have momentum right now. I don't see anything in here that suggests otherwise. Just to move back into here is about all I can see. These drawings have been on here for ever. Yeah. So you need to be out of this weakness. I'll just leave that right there for now. It won't make a difference with the ceiling, but it will your floor. Actually, I'm gonna move. I only want to see that on the weekly. Let's look at a daily. Oh, my heart said today. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much confirming exactly what the weekly is saying. You probably get somewhere in here and then reverse again and just stay sideways until you see some sort of change on your weekly time frame. There's nothing good I can say about Jasmine right now. There's there's nothing good I can say about Jasmine right now. I like that. I do like that on your 2-day. Right now, even this requires you to be able to get above here, above this high, which is just a market structure change. It requires you to get above here. But that's actually pretty decent right there. No follow through just yet, as it is creeping down through here on your 2-day time frame. I do like that. Uh, so that's like looking at this right here, which was also the start of your change on your weekly time frame. If you notice back on that weekly, that was when you first pushed up into 60. You first pushed up into 60. So this looks pretty decent today. Today states that you could have some hope to actually see a higher price push up, but that would be, let's see, won't be anything like that. Um, I can do this since that's all the way up there in the sky. Okay, so yeah, that ain't bad. Let me see. Yeah, I like your 2-day. Let me see if I can confirm this with yeah, you got confirmation on it too. You got confirmation on it too. So Jasmine got a little something about to pop off. So I do like your 2-day. You got something coming in. These are only 2 times you did that right here. And you can see how you pushed in right here. And then once it happens over here, and you see this above this 60, and you got something that's gonna rip a little bit more here for Jasmine. I like that. So 2-day confirmation of something like this is about to take place. So you should break above this consolidation level in here. And then what we had was yeah, this is the only 2 times. And then there was something right here. It didn't give as much, but it looks different from actually this was the first time you pushed up into that cloud off of that 2-day. Yeah, so it was just right here. 1, 2, and then this will be your 3rd time. Yeah. I'm gonna probably really tell it from here. Yeah, so 3 times. I don't even know how that counted, but it apparently did. But you got one right here. You got one right here, and you had one back over here, but that lasted forever. But according to the 2-day time frame, and according to the Bollinger Band itself, um, you're likely going to get a pretty nice little pop out of Jasmine. But so far, I wouldn't take it as anything too crazy. Maybe you come back into these lows, cap out somewhere around the same place you did prior, maybe right here, possibly just back up into here. I didn't see anything that really pushed that. I don't want to delete this. Actually, I can just hide it for a second, and let me put this back on. Yeah, so it would be somewhere right in here. You might get somewhere back in here. And I wouldn't look for too much more than that. So this is very possible. And let me see if that, um, yeah, I think this would be your target. Yeah. Thought if I did that, that it would put it somewhere right here. That was wrong. That was wrong. I don't like that. But anyway, this is your target right here. That wouldn't be too shabby. Let me see your daily. I did the 2 day. I just want to see if the daily is about, yeah, 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 yeah. Too fast right now. I would focus on that higher time frame. Whatever's happening in here looks like it's happening way too fast. It looks like it's gonna fail right there. And she's definitely creeping up. I wouldn't go any lower than that. I see Bitcoin getting that drop. Yeah, I wouldn't go any further than that. Yep, that's it. So if you can get another little stop pit right here to accumulate a little bit more if you're in it, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. And be prepared to take some profit right here and exit right here. It doesn't look like this thing is prepared to do any sort of a reversal. Um, Structurally, it's just not there. It's just not there. Let me check back on Bitcoin. That's what I was trying to turn off. So I guess our little friend in here was right. That whatever in here wasn't making sense. We just crossed that threshold on the daily. It's not cool. Broke through that golden pocket. Too late to take a short, probably. I want to short from the bottom. And at the end of the day, they're coming for this right here. That is for sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You hold 2 million, Jasmine? And what is ZBCN? ZBCN. Never heard of it. CB. A lot of people like Jasmine. It's just not. It's just not doing. I don't know. I don't know much about the. This ain't no bad chart right here. It's a perpetuals chart. It's a good chart right here. have to enjoy this while you can, though. I never heard of it. Uh, it's not that old. So, yeah, enjoy this one while you can. Good little short. Yeah, that's a good little short. Should break up out of a rising wedge. Hmm. Yeah, that's a short right there. Yeah, this pattern was a bad pattern. I didn't like this little thing down here, and I still don't like it, but it did not confirm that there was a pattern there, which is what it's supposed to do. So it's supposed to flatten around the center if you got a legitimate pattern. But you can see right here, it never flattened around the center. That's what it's supposed to do. And for a period of time, but it didn't do it here. But it's neither here nor there. We were losing momentum anyway. We'd already got the bearish rejection up here. We haven't done anything different in here right now. Only, yeah, none of this is going to matter in here either. None of that. Speed of price action and speed of momentum are both matching right now. So They both match. This right here, I really don't put much emphasis on that. That's coming from here. That was basically your the low for the mother bar. So that's where we're at. We're at the mother bar low. That's from the daily mother bar low. So we swept the high of the mother bar up there. And now we're down here making our decision on running, because you'll sweep one side. Sometimes you'll sweep both sides. But in other cases, one side you'll sweep, the other side you'll break down below or break above. And that's what we're reacting from. So you can see it better right here. So that's just the mother bar low. And so again, if that was our sweep side, this is our run side. We come down here. This is the full measured move. Um, which, because we got so many hours in the daily left, it could just be a wick, because you would base this on the time frame the mother bar comes from, which is the daily. That's what you would base it on. So if you see closures on your lower time frames, it doesn't matter. It has to happen on the time frame that it's created from, which is the daily. So it could just be a wick into our potential setup right here. This right here can be reduced greatly, greatly. So it won't be anything like this, um, simply because if it's more than a wick in here, then we've already flipped. So this right here would not be the thing. It just won't be it. Oh, boy. I don't like that. Mm, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, we can hold it for now. I would hate for us to start pushing towards that so easily in here versus seeing a retracement and then being able to catch a short in the center in here somewhere. And then, who cares if it goes down? Because then you're positioned, or at least I would be positioned because I'm not positioned right now. I tried doing the channel on this, but I didn't like it. Hold on. I'm gonna have to fix that. I tried doing, I didn't like it when I did it. I can't cut through that. But it wasn't from here. I had it, I'd actually did it, um, yeah, that wouldn't have worked right there. And then, yeah, I think I tried it like across here or something. Yeah, and then it started chopping, so I deleted it. I don't like it. Yeah, and that Bollinger Squeeze off of that 1 hour time frame is happening. Right now it is to this downside. So yeah, this could be another fast move down. We'll give her a sec, and then I'll decide if I wanna. Nah, I'm not gonna trade the bottom. We're gonna come into I think it was from this low. It's exactly what I was looking at right here. I wasn't actually using this, but I could tell from my indicator that that was the, it's right here. Got the alert on it already though. Let's see. I'm gonna hide that for a minute. Actually, I'll leave it there. 618. might actually buy this 618. I might. It depends on how pumped we get through here. I'm sorry, accelerated we get right here. I'm gonna take that away for a minute. Too many lines. Should I do this like this? I'm gonna do it like that and give it some cushion because I got this right here. Come on, Bitcoin. Got 5 minutes left on this candle. I pre-programmed it to show the rate of change between this low and when this one right here, and the difference between when we meet this again. So basically, it's this. Of course, you can see it from right here. So it's just showing the when the velocity meets this. We're still holding that daily low. That's why we're not moving any further right now. That mother bar, we're still holding on to it. So we're stalling right there at it. Which on that Binance chart was 76 160. I do still have the alert set up on here. We could already see that it's right in here, so it must have been this right here for sure. Which again, if I put this back to here, that's the golden pocket. Or we'll take a scalp from there. Just waiting to see if we're going to tap into it or not. If we do, I will take a scalp. A little short term, a little long right here. A little long right here. Right, it's just pausing. Same spot. It's just pausing right there for now. I got the alert set up on it, so I'm gonna come back to it. Let me go ahead and jump over here. It's 8 o'clock. You got Amazon from yesterday. We're looking at Amazon. Um, highlighted from this time frame right here in particular. The 4 hour time frame indicated that this was our relative strength high in here. We did come up here and tap the trend line, the ascending trend line right here for the rejection. Pre-market already um, post. We have broken down from here just a little bit. We were putting in the bullish divs down here. Looks like we could still be putting in those bullish divs unless we see some sort of a faster move in here. But if you did manage to, take a little trade off of that yesterday, kudos. Couldn't do it. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, especially knowing that market was going to close. We were too close to that. I think we were. I don't know. But I was on some other stuff at the same time when we saw this had happened, and we were sitting in here looking for the rotation back down below the relative strength high, which was again right here, was where it came in at. Off of it was this candle right here is where it printed, would have printed anyway if it was on. It would have printed right here, and then price needed to roll back down here, but it did tap up there, so that was cool. Um, and the other thing that we were looking at for the continuation up was to see if it would come up here to about 278, because that would be the next deviation for it, would be right in here. At least that's the one that I was going to go with if we didn't see the rejection from the ascending trend line. So that's how I posted on it, but we could be putting in some bullish divvies down through here. Could be putting in some more bullish divvies in here. Already getting a signal in here, which is, we haven't even dropped that far. Already getting the continuation signal. But that's up to time too. That is up to time also. Uh, let's see. I think I looked at. Let me see if I put it on the 24. If I marked out anything on the 24. Let me make sure that's not traveling from somewhere. It's not traveling from anywhere. I don't know why it's there. Why are you there? Oh, I know why it's there. I know why it's there. I'm like, why are you there? I don't even have the right color on here because that's coming from here. We're well above this, so it's not the same. It's not the same because we're well above it. Like we actually matched price action and momentum actually matched for that move up right there. But on that 4 hour time frame over here, I mean, it matched on the 4 hour time frame too. But this was just basically to see the failure of that momentum to be able to push higher, because we know we got this little rising structure in here. But again, like I said, these can break to the upside too. So try to be real careful with that because they can still break to the upside, but definitely still was losing some momentum in here to the upside with this little rising structure in here. But gotta invalidate this bullish divergence that we're getting in here. I think on the, let me see, on the weekly, that was what I was, nope, I didn't look at the weekly. Yeah, same, the energy is matching on the weekly as well. So this would not apply to, let me make sure that this doesn't travel because this is just a 4 hour. So I don't want to see that travel. Over here, there's no immediate issues over here. Nothing immediate. And this is going to look different to the higher time frame because on the lower time frame, I've set it to after hours. So it's going to look different when you see it over here. It's not going to look like we came anywhere near it. But I like to see the after hours behavior. And I base my my analysis around after hours. I mean, it had been stopping out around here before, but I don't see I don't see any majors in here. It would be a higher low anyway, and then a continuation is what it would be. A higher low and then continuation. But just a 4 hour pullback so far on Amazon, which is reporting what tomorrow. We looked at AMD, which did not come back down below here. And I think AMD was looking at that from this time frame. Actually, it did. My bad. We were looking at AMD from this 24-hour chart, and at the time yesterday, we were still holding here. We had not got the breakdown yet, but it seems that we did actually get that breakdown. Cool, 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 cool. Over here, you wouldn't put any bullish divergence in right here, or any difference between price action and momentum until it actually came all the way down here. So to the 50, which means it would be back here. It means it would have to come back down to now this one I can tell what it would come back to if it were to match this floor, it would be back here. The back test these highs right here. That's what you would get, a back test on these highs. And you can see that's 265 is what I have for the average range in here is set for 265. And that reached 264, but just go with this prior high. Just go with that if you want to, but that's what would have to happen over here for that to match. And then we look at this from a 4 hour time frame, because we have been putting, I was looking to see if we was going to put in some more bullish divvies in here, and as you can tell, but like I said, if it does, then I would look for it to fall in here. May not get all the way down there. Right now it's just coming into the mean here, just coming into the mean. So if you did follow that yesterday, if you know, that wasn't shabby on waiting for that shift to change right here to do something. But we're just coming into the mean, and we're doing it with some bullish divergence. So again, like I said, from the 24-hour perspective, it has the potential to come all the way back down here to 265 from this 4 hour time frame. It looks like that would take some time to happen, if it's going to even happen. If it's even going to happen, I don't see anything in here that suggests that it's well, it may not do that over here either. Let me see why it wouldn't do that over here. Bitcoin's trying to pop off of that daily level, just a little, hysterical behavior off of it. But you're gonna have some bullish divergence. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. You are gonna have bullish divvies in here. Moved up too fast to have to drop faster than that. 265. All right, let me move past that. I know we looked at that. We looked at and on the continuation up, you already know what I'm looking at in here. It's 361 to 393. That's the next deviation zone right here for price action. It's not labeled a weekly level because I can't pull one because it's price discovery, but this would be it if it did manage to push up any higher in there. I think I also looked at a fib retracement in here. Yeah, 1-to-1 sits up here. We had already broken past anything else that would have been relevant in there. So Again, yeah, from right here, that could be the mean reversion back up, breaking back out and back up. So I would watch that because you're right around this mean. You're right around that center for the RSI. It would be moving into weakness if it did that, which would give that a better chance. But you can already see. You can already see it's not a bad place. So if you caught that as a scalp, great. Yeah, it's not a bad place. Um, no, I don't have my newbies on over here. Let me see. Intel, this mess. All right, so we held ground on Intel, which for Intel it was this, and I think the one for Intel came off of 24. No, it came off of the weekly. I think it was this one right here, and I didn't need to put anything on it, so it came off of the weekly. And of course, we saw that we were hitting the 1.272, um, one of the max pain levels in here. One of the max pain levels in here. We were hitting that, and I told you this is about as much sense as I could make out of it. So yeah, it was from the monthly actually. We were hitting it from a monthly. Yeah, we were hitting it from the monthly time frame because the monthly suggested 74, 74.40, and then if it went higher, then it's suggesting 90, 3 month, 3 month. Dang, that's why I put that 3 in there. Yeah. It was a 3 month, 74.40, 74.40. And then if it went higher, then 93.06. And so that lined up pretty good around about where that 272 for here. But I'd be careful for any sort of bullish divergence, which you pick that up around 75.39. 75.39. So everything could just be doing a mean reversion. Just like in here, it did a mean reversion and then bounce away. It could just be as simple as that. Just a mean reversion and then bounce back up because of how quick it was. And then I would look to see if we could get a lower high. If not, we have to start looking at the next max pain level, which is going to be the 1.618 here for Intel. Who else did we look at? Remember, Apple was struggling a little bit, a little bit. We did manage to hold ground, so that's good. We didn't do too bad, but it's getting sticky. It's getting sticky. So if we are losing 266, then mm, we are losing that. Then I guess we'd be looking right in here around 261, 259 to see if we can't hold that. But the good thing is we're still holding relative strength through here, and we can see that through here. I was just noticing something. I'm not sure on it though, but let me actually see if that makes sense for it. I'm gonna test it. It's gotta. Something I had not noticed before, but I notice now. 263. Yeah, so that is correct though. It would be 263. I'm gonna see if that actually makes sense. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking ahead just to see, because I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue unless I'm in real time. I'm gonna do that right there. So far we're holding. We'll see. I was looking at this, but if we break and come back up here, then cool. I think that's gonna be it though. Um, but right now we are holding. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me see. We must be at a 382. We must be. I'm gonna make sure we get back above this. Yep. How did I know? Don't want to see us stall out right here. And just make this line a little thinner. Don't want to see us stall out right here. So we got to get back above it. We got to get past this. It's most stupidest stuff we could do is not get past this. And they got earnings coming up, and yeah. Need for this to hold. Need for this to hold. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Need you to get past that. All right. Let me see. I was gonna take a long on Palantir yesterday. I had a criteria set in here, and that is for us to continue holding this 38250 level right here. I need to change this to bullish, so I need to change this to green, because if we can hold this, then there's a chance we're gonna pop back up. We have been capping that around here, which was showing some strength, showing some strength through here. So I'm thinking that if we can just, this isn't from this time frame. I think it's from 24. Yeah, it's from 24. We're holding here. We're gonna break to the upside on Palantir. And Palantir got earnings coming up. I wonder how long they keep us sitting right here. So I'm looking for a break to the upside. Looking for a break to the upside on Palantir. This is the spot right here though. So if you're holding Palantir, this is what we need to hold the line right here. We hold the line right here. And we breaking up. So I'm alert on this to get long. To get long. Might just need to go ahead and do it and then have a stop set already for it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and I'm just gonna have my stop set for it in case it does decide it wants to break down. But I'm loving this. Let me make sure this ain't moving. All right, so that's Palantir. I like this. Uh, yeah. I like that. I said I wasn't gonna buy though. Y'all know I said I wasn't gonna buy unless it was under 100. But this is for a trade. That's for a trade. We already looked at Amazon. Google was not coming down. Was not coming down. Google. Like seeing some stubborn price action. Oh, didn't nobody tell you to chime in. I said the name. I'm not gonna say it again because that's why my phone started talking to me. I said the GOOGL. All right, so we didn't get that drop in here that I was looking for initially in here. It showed that we had broke above, that we were above, below, below, that we were below it from price action, but from here it showed that we were above it, and so that's it. I don't know what's going on with that sound. What is that? I did not put it on rain. All right, but the price action and momentum match, basically. So, this would have just been a simple scalp position or whatever, but price and momentum actually matched in here. But if for some reason we can get back down below here, that's still the validation. Unless it moves slightly, it might have moved a little bit. Look like it might have. No, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Um, let's see if we can't pick something up from another time frame. I hate to go higher. I need to. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Price and momentum is not matching over here. It's not matching on that time frame. Let me lock this. Don't want this to move. Current interval only. They're not matching over here. So as soon as this happens, I mean, you can do it earlier too. SFP. No, it wouldn't have been an SFP because we pushed straight through that. But yeah, and back below this high right here though. So that could be it. I just like to see momentum actually shift back in, and I don't think that I could have. I'll look at it to see. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It did change. It did change because it would have been right here. It did change, but I wasn't here to change it. So above here is this one. So that is the difference. So you've already rejected. It's already rejected. It can't come back above here. It cannot come back up above here. I'm sure this is it. You can just draw this out on your own chart once you get close. So that would have been a 72. So I know that if hold on, I already have this set for 72. Yeah, I already had it set for 72. So it does highlight that was the high. Bang. I was still stuck over here. But yeah, it highlighted that was the high. So shouldn't come back above this. Remember, it can, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It should. You should be able to use that. Dang. I don't have a Google position, so I wouldn't have been back over here checking it. But I could have moved it yesterday, but I didn't think about it. Apparently I did, but because I plugged in 72, but that does indicate that's your rejection zone. So um, again, I will watch for this to just be something that's minimal as for a mean reversion. I would watch for that. Because below here, if it taps into about 338, you're going to have some bullish divergence down below here, unless you see like you know, the market just takes a tank today. Like the market would have to do something like that, because otherwise you're just going to bounce. You're just going to bounce. And we know they're getting ready to, um, 1 hour ago. Okay. So they're reporting what let me just turn this thing on because that's basically the ones I've been looking at. I just really hate that noise down here. All right. All right. So tomorrow after market. All right. Let's see Microsoft. I don't think we did anything on Microsoft. I don't think we needed to either. But I don't think that we did anything on Microsoft. Tesla, touched on Tesla. Um, was there anything in here for Tesla? No, we didn't. We didn't touch on Tesla. We didn't. I think it was just them. I think it was just those up there. I know we had looked at Verizon, which we were looking at Verizon getting the pop up, which Verizon is holding up really good. Holding up really good. Uh, Looking for that continuation up. Domino's was holding yesterday when we looked at it. I don't know if it's still the same energy today, but Domino's was holding yesterday. About to get an expansion in here too. On Verizon, like I said, Verizon is range bound. It's a range bound chart. But over the next couple of months, I'll be looking for it to come back up here, somewhere around here. There's Domino's that we were looking at, but we saw that it was holding in here yesterday. Let me, yeah, yeah, it was holding in here yesterday. It's still holding. Domino's. We're looking at the possibility on Domino's. We're looking at the possibility that it could come all the way back down here. But I mean, the way it held right here, I mean, it's just time. It's time. It's really extended on this weekly time frame right now. Doesn't mean it can't go down lower. It's just it'll be a time thing for that to happen if we're gonna get it. But again, I would watch liquidity zones on this. Next drop down would be around this 298 for Domino's pizza. This thing is way too high. Like why buy? It's way too high. Way too high in my opinion. It's my baby right here. I bought some of this. I explained that we were below the relative strength here on the weekly time frame, and we're below the relative strength on the monthly time frame, which showed that it was there and that was here. I can't adjust this now, so I don't want to make the same mistake that I did on GO GL. Say the name, my phone will start talking. I can't adjust this now, but it is holding with the bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame bullish divs in here. I'll put the note in here on that. And if I need to modify in here, then I will. But right now, I think that this looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent. Where can always come lower. We can. Um, Hopefully we don't, because I don't want to match the energy over here. I don't want to match the energy over here. So on the 4 hour, let's see how much time it takes for us to see something. some sort of a difference in here. But like I said, it could always come lower. I'm aware of that with this one. Right now, you know, if things start to match with the other time frames, then this will be off the cards. But right now, I'm looking forward to actually deviate back up above these two lines right here. Hopefully, hopefully, I did look at hymns again. Uh, hymns from a 24-hour perspective, was it? Yeah, hymns, of course, came in. Um, hymns could still be good. Hymns could be good. I was trying to. I like it from this time frame. I do like it from this time frame right here. This time frame right here suggests or could suggest that hymns comes in, puts in another higher low right in here, somewhere back down here around this 23.99, somewhere back down here, and hymns, hymns rips. It could, it could. I like the strength that it showed through here. And given how strong this move was over here, it'll have to do the same thing over here. Because if it doesn't do the same thing it did making this move up, it is just going to put in that higher low. So I'm watching this monthly level right here to see. So essentially what's going to happen is it's going to break below here. It's going to break this momentum trend line right here. It is. Um, but I'm going to see how it behaves once that does happen, or once it does lose this 27, because it looks like it has to lose that 27 in here. Then I'm gonna watch that, see if it's worth something. But it'll take some time on hymns. But I'm not mad about this part of the chart right here, which is wedgy. I mean, I know it's wedgy. It is wedgy. It's definitely it's wedgy in both places. So it is the rejection zone for it. I don't see it breaking up from there unless it comes back in here and it holds right around here, holds around 27 and then continues up. But it's not no terrible freaking chart. How is that doing? That's holding up. This was that one that I said it's not a bad buy from where it is. Because at the time it was just right here, which is why it sits like this. It was right here. And I said it's not a bad buy, Dynatrace, from where it is to take a long up. And I would just take profit stripes that I put in here. Which this would be your first one right here, but it's not bad. I can see this right here. I mean, they got earnings coming up too, but this isn't bad. It's not bad from what I can tell. I could be wrong, and this thing just absolutely nukes to the downside. I didn't find this one to be a bad chart. You had this little bullish div in here. Now, price action and momentum matches. Let me just be clear about that. It matches, with the exception of the bullish divergence that was showing up in here, with the exception of this. Into a key level of support. It's a very, very, very choppy chart. Very choppy chart. So I don't like that because it is a very choppy chart, but this is your main level of support right here for it. Same place it reacted here the last time. So it did put in a little reversal dot down here. How well did that go? So I don't disturb this chart over here. I'll put that on the monthly. Let's see, just from another settings on ST. Happening is, and I can tell you for sure. Right now, right now it has potential to actually do this. To do this, possibly even right into here. This is a monthly time frame, so I just keep it kosher and just stick with this one right here. It's about that 44.23. That's 46.18. No, it wasn't. What was that? I forgot it highlights in blue. 43.06. It's 43.06. What was I trying to see? Just change this. Am I not on a monthly time frame? I am on a monthly time frame, but I'm not seeing it from this other screen, which is annoying. And oh, there it is. Okay, that was why I wasn't seeing it. Okay. So it's one more recovery I need to see in here, though. It is one more recovery I need to see in here. It's not exactly turning up, but that's fine. I think it's this one. I think it is this one. Yeah, I think it's that. Yep, it's that. Yep, it's that. So you can see it tried a time before. It tried before in here to no avail. I need to see it without the. Yeah, it tried before. That's for the monthly. This is for the weekly. I'm gonna stick with the weekly. The monthly it just takes too much time. But this was the weekly. And then you got the bullish divergence. I don't think that this is bad. At least to come up into here is what I'm thinking. Like you could at least do this much right here on it. It's not a lot there. What how you're trading it, or whatever. I wouldn't invest in this one. I wouldn't. It's too choppy of a chart, but that's not terrible. So you have to adjust this if it comes back down, though, because it would be dependent on this right here, which you won't know until that happens. But I don't know what just happened with my screen. Something crazy on Donna Trace. Adobe. I said I only put like 3 levels in here on Adobe. Let's see some place where we're not matching because we're matching too much in here. It just looked like a legitimate correction. I think this was the floor. Did notice that this had the potential of being the floor for Adobe at the support level right here, which is where it currently, was getting the little reaction from in here. It's up from here since it came down below it. If I were to go with this over here, I would have to, because it did break it before, it would be, let me see what this is, where we need to be back above, since it never came below. Never truly came below here. It tapped it and then bounced away. So 36.23, 36.23. I think that was correct. Let me see. I did another I did another RSI in a histogram form to make it easier, but I don't have that on over here. So it's this right here. It's this right here, which is above. So no. Momentum is not above here. Price action is above here. It looks like. Maybe that'll change today. No, price action isn't above here. So if I'm going with, this was just a common level. I'm gonna leave that common in there. I'm gonna drop back to 24. With the bullish divvies in here on the 24-hour time frame. I got the bullish divvies in here too, right behind that into here. It's not, I mean, I got now, I said that yesterday too. I got now, so for me personally, I wouldn't have a reason to want to do this one too. I'm just checking some stuff here. Let me see. Might have to move this. Oh, actually, I don't have to. It wasn't bad. Because that would have been between here and here. And if I moved this, I was thinking maybe moved it like that, which gave that perfect right here, which is exactly at the support level. It may have bottomed. This might have bottomed. I'm thinking it might have. I'll leave the one sitting in here just in case. I don't want to extend it. The one would be down here a little closer towards this trend line. I don't like that one. I'm gonna actually take the one. I don't like it. It's far from where RSL is too, so I'm gonna take that one out. So that's that. Let's see if this was like golden pocket. 786 probably. Yeah, 786. That's the big three I look for. And now let me check this right here. Take those two off. Put my two in. My bad. Sometimes I forget about my two. I like that. So that's what I would say to it. That's my big four. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes this one right here just doesn't. If it's a huge move, then it won't hit with this one. And the other thing I like to do, which it doesn't even have to count for Elliott wave, to be honest with you, is look for the 618 to be the bottom of any move. I look for that to be the bottom, somewhere around a 3, 6, 1, 8, 3, something like that. Like two, like that's 3 deviations. You usually see some sort of reaction when you deviate at least 3 off of any high. If I put a 3 in here, let's just see. Yeah, see that's 3 right there. Like that's a lot. That's a huge deviation. So you usually see something somewhere around something like a 3.618 on a fib extension. That's a lot. It's what you can't see from your Bollinger Band, unless you're on a higher time frame. Like you can't see it early enough, or on this time frame, the Bollinger Band is going to be choppy, so you'll hit outside of two several times, but something like that off of a high, that's usually like some sort of reversal point. So it makes sense to me that this could potentially be the actual. You get a larger bounce right here out of Adobe. If you're into this thing, if you're into Adobe, we'll see how that stands, how that happens. Paris, I guess. But I I don't dislike this at all. Adobe. Let me just lock this away because I didn't have anything in here for it beforehand. So now I have some stuff in here for it. I don't want to make sure I'm only taking this stuff. And I'll just label it study. Unlock it and hide it. Look back at it later. Bitcoin is still holding, so we're still holding. We're having inside range on our 1 hour time frame, inside range on our 4 hour as it stands right now. So that low from that mother bar that we hit off of the daily is still holding up um, our Bitcoin chart. You can see us chopping right here. So the process would be coming back up above our prior day low at this point, and then getting our push up in here, trying to see if we'll get that lower high, and then we can take a enter short position if you don't already have a short position already. Um, if we get that, but first we need to see some sort of modest strength coming in here. Hold on. Let me come back over here on this because this isn't going to work for me anymore. It can, but got some bullish divergence presently on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. Okay. Potential, not confirmed by any means necessary, but possibly right here. We are putting in some bullish divergence here on the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. Can she hold? Can that daily low hold? Can it hold? I think it might have also been that prior. Let me see. No, yeah, okay, yeah, we are around it. It's an old daily support level. Um, a lot more. Actually, it was resistance. It was resistance. You can see it a lot easier if you go over to your weekly time frame, where that daily is right here. This blue line right here. All right, so we shall see. We shall see if we can't come back up. Right now, we got to come back up here. We need to come back up. I can fix this. I can fix this. We need to hold where we at, but I don't feel like fixing it. So she holding okay right now. She's holding okay right now. Keep my eyes on Bitcoin, see if we can't get back into that golden pocket and actually above that golden pocket, what we really want to see. Um, oops. Now that time I can assure you it was me. That time I can assure you that that was me that hit the stop sharing by accident. So I do apologize. So right now Bitcoin's still holding up pretty good. That's great. 'Cause we're not going to match again. I do still have the alert set up right here on that 75,893.75. I don't know. Yeah, I still have it set up on that. So I'm waiting on that to go off if we do. But right now we are holding the daily low. Okay, cool. I'm gonna come back over here because it's about to be 9 o'clock. Market's gonna open, and traditional market is what I'm referring to. I didn't do anything on that. We hit that 1-to-1. I think we were looking at this yesterday. This thing is just crazy. They got earnings on Thursday after. That's that 1-to-1 right here, which is a common target. That's a common target, that 1-to-1. So any one of these three right here, and this would be max pain. And then of course the other max pain is at 1.618, but these three are very common for the end of something. The end of something. It looks like it's a little off, doesn't it? Probably because the time frame I drew it off of. I didn't draw it off of this time frame. Forgive me. I drew it off of the higher time frame. So this is taken into account after hours. Which I might want to leave it like that, huh? I might want to leave it how I actually drew it, because that hit. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like I actually drew it, because it just lined up better, didn't it? Let me see what I'm changing. I'm just trying to go back as far as I was before I made. Okay, trying to make sure I got it all the way back to how I had it. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave it just like that. That worked better. Um, this thing will only put in a higher low anyway. It's not gonna matter. I told you. We can see this. I had it on a 28. I had it on 28 over here. I have to remember that. 28 over here. We should keep this divergence if this is going to be the end of this push up for now before it sees a correction. We should keep this divergence. So I would be looking at this instead, which right now is not even coming above here. It's not even getting above here right now. Or did it? It's equal. It's equal at that 1-to-1. So that might have done it. That may have done it, because the last thing we want to see is for it to come back up here this high. So I need to, forget about the googly eyes there, and googly eyes should be right here. It should be right here. That's good. So a little exaggerated divergence makes this more of a liquidity grab, possibly. Get that tumble. Let me see if this, what am I all the way over there? 67.90, 67.77. So it did swipe it. So that would be it. 67.77. It did swipe it. So it would have plotted something right here. It would have plotted it right here on that close. We'll see. It's a bit exaggerated right now, but I'm going to leave it like so. I'm going to put this back on 14. As far as this goes, yeah, possibly a back test into where I got this break up from. First of all, here, and then we have to see if momentum continues to decline. But with their earnings coming out, it's kind of scary. It's really scary. But that wasn't shabby. That was not shabby at all. I need to go in and fix all of this to match this 14 like that. I don't have that much stuff on this, so it shouldn't be too hard to. Just making sure. Shouldn't be too hard to just do that little bit. I think I got one more over here. Oh no, I did a lot more. I didn't do too much though, because it doesn't go back that far. So that's good. I was just checking to see how it behaves in this sort of environment, using this sort of using momentum as the strategy on it. Just wanted to see how it behaves, which most stuff does. That's the environment. To be honest with you, that's the environment. I hear Musk just said the exact same thing that. But he could be saying that to fatten his pockets some more. He don't need to fatten his pockets anymore. He needs to fatten my pockets. Yeah, that was an easy fix. So I don't have to go back. Oh, my googly eyes were on here. Yeah, so that shouldn't happen. This should not happen. This happens, then SanDisk is on something different. This shouldn't happen. This should be what happens. Come on down, SanDisk. Come on down so I can buy some. Come on down. But first things first, it would be somewhere back down here around where you see this golden pocket low at down here, or the structural breakout here. Yeah, it'd be something like that. What else was there before I'm still watching Bitcoin? Good old gold. My analysis for gold is on a whole nother chart. I don't think we never came back up that. Let's see. This must be a 5382. That must be what that is. A 5382. No, it did golden pocket. It did golden pocket. This thing might just be getting started with this sale. This big sale. Let me go weekly. It's just getting started. When this is gone, oh, all hell's gonna break loose. All hell's about to break loose on gold. I'll raise this up. It's still golden pocket. Not quite. Not quite. So I think I do like how I drew it off the other chart. But yeah, when this is gone, like it moves into weakness. It hasn't been in weakness, as you can see. It has not. It has not fallen into weakness since it came up out of it right here. This was the doorway to heaven right here. This was the doorway to heaven. Trying to do something in here. We had took this long over here back when that happened. Oh yes, we did. We sure did, and we took it based on it was the all-time VWAP is what it was. All-time VWAP. I think it was the standard bandwidth 2, I believe it was. See Bitcoin trying to dance around that low of that daily again. The alarm hasn't went off yet though. But that was the doorway to heaven. So it had not really been coming back towards the mean. Had been holding up well above it. And I know we had like on the weekly time frame. No, not weekly, it was a monthly time frame. we had the ascending momentum line, which was broken back there at the top. I remember. I didn't realize this was still on here. That was so gone. I see that one for that low down there. So we had that break right here as we got high in the sky. We had that break. What's the highest this thing got? I don't even think you can count this stuff over here. It looks like the highest this ever came was up here. That's crazy. The next highest would have been this one. It's just simply momentum. I think this is landed on here. It looks like this landed on here. Let me see. No, it's below it. And keep it going. Continuation with it then. Keep it going. Look like it tried. Yeah, that was when it tried to turn up one time before. Uh, it will bounce again, unfortunately. It will bounce again. A few more days left on this close. A few more days left on this close. But if it ain't gonna be this, it's not gonna be this, which is too close to it. It's not gonna be that before you see a bounce, and it'll be somewhere a little bit lower in here. But which probably means that on the monthly time frames, it comes back down here to about 41,119. 41,119. Yeah. Once, yeah, 41,119. I got this on another chart. It's just not over here. But that was it. Yeah, that was the doorway to heaven right there. He came out of, let's see. Yeah, it's easier to tell it from over here though. Easier to tell it from over here. It's already held this one time. This little water block right there. But it'll come back right there, in my opinion. In my opinion, recover that wick and come back right here. If it doesn't bounce away from here. If it doesn't bounce away from here. 3 days left. That's the relative strength low, at least comparing it to that first pivot on momentum. Oh, let me see something else here. These are equal, right? Let's see. 43, 87, 90. Nope, this one is it. Yep. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Show enough. Show enough. And that's your dynamic duo. That's usually where you come up to. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's hindsight, so it really doesn't matter. But if this doesn't bounce away from here, then what we're talking about right here, um, that doesn't bounce away from there, then what's the most damage? What's the most damage? I'm gonna do that extension on this one. We're gonna drop that golden pocket because we're not gonna be looking at that. That's exactly where yeah, we're not gonna be looking at that. I don't want that. And I want this, which I would basically be looking at here anyway. I'm just gonna extend it, make my life easier right now. 2828. On the monthly, that's here. That's this right here. It's gonna be right here. Be somewhere right in here. I mean, that looks more like it, but just take it one step at a time. But we got to see something break first. So that's what I was looking at over there on that other time frame on the monthly. Makes it a lot easier for me to see it. It's actually this right here. But let me do one in here. Just to be corrective. You know what? On the corrective tip, let's just stick with this. And let's just add one. So let's just stick with this. Back down into here to recover that wick right there. That's a good starting spot. And look at this if it seems more doable. But right now, first thing that would have to happen is it has to lose relative strength in here. Same door that opened up to it needs to close to it. And then once it drops into weakness, it should not manage to come back into strength. Strength is going to be 60 from that point. You should not manage to do that. So preferably it'll hold below 50 on any sort of a bounce that it gets, and then that'll let us know, hey, you might want to extend your reach for something lower. But right now, this looks like it's right for it. I see Bitcoin coming a little bit closer. It came close to tapping, it didn't. Therefore, the alarm didn't go off on it. I'm gonna jump back over there on it though. On Bitcoin, my actual information that I have for gold is not on this specific chart. It's not on this one. I don't have anything on that. We got earnings coming up here, already coming down pre-market. Am I down? I'm down on Pony. Coming down. Yep. Tesla still got a chance. It still got a chance. Still got a chance to hold. Still got a chance to hold. All right. Appreciate you for hanging out. We didn't actually tap it. We are showing that it's like 2 hours out from this. So I think that it's gonna. Like I said, I'm gonna take a loan from this area right here. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of time though. Have to give it a little bit of time before I jump the gun on this position for it. So the last thing I want to do is jump into it and then it absolutely continues to run because it can do that. And this in particular for this time frame wouldn't be valid until that 4 hour candle closed, to be honest with you. So it's this 4 hour candle right here closes and it's out of the bounds of our low over here, then it's worth taking it. So I'm gonna wait on that to happen. If it's out of the bounds of this right here, of this low right here on the closure in here, then I can look to take the entry on it. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. I know this right here is showing that this is an area, that a level that we want to maintain. We're not maintaining this level right here, then we're really going to be in some danger in here. Now we can wick it and come back up. We can do that much, but if we're trading, like if you just see us start just accelerating down below here, it's not a good look for us. But we still got like 2 hours left on it, so I'm gonna be patient. But I'm just letting you know that that's what I'm looking for, to take a little long position in here off of Bitcoin, and hopefully it will give us a lower high for a short position, which is the main thing I really want to look for on Biddy's chart right now, is that short position, because I'm not positioned right now and I want to be. So, but very critical. We absolutely done once we take out this liquidity right here, and we're not managing to come back up above this right here. We'll be done. But we steady, steady falling off the cliff. This is another reason why I'm taking my time. We steady falling off the cliff over here. So steady falling off the cliff. So it's very critical right here. Very critical right here. If we're not getting that right, then you know, just keep rolling over. So I'm gonna patiently wait on that and see if it's gonna be an opportunity to take this long position, or if it's just one of those situations where I just need to wait for the bounce to come up and then just focus on the short instead of trying to take a dangerous long position in here. That's an option too, to just wait to grab the short entry, which means I don't lose anything. I don't make anything. I don't lose anything. I just wait. And then once it comes up, I understand where we're at. And that we're not going to be taking out this high in here, and then I can just short. But if it starts showing respect in here though, I do want to position myself for a long. It's more worth it at that point. And then if we come up and things look right, just take the short, because we need to be putting in a lower high in here. We need to be putting in a lower high in here if we're looking for that continued move down, that lower high. After all of this, lost momentum for the first time after this nice run up right here, and now we're slipping, really slipping. Everything past here was just weird, but we were longing, but everything past there was just absolutely weird. Everything beyond this point right here ended up being weird. So we started fading. Actually, it was, yeah, before then. Before then, I was looking down here. Nope, not you. Well, my friend, no, not you. Not you either. Did we invalidate the bullish? Hold on. Did we invalidate the bullish divergence? No, we still have it. We still have that slight bullish divergence through here. Um, two, 2, 30. 3, 20. I'm sorry, my mind is clicking on something. 3, 3. It's gonna be 80. We don't get there. 3. And I'm not gonna get it perfect. 3, 80. 2, 70. 2, 2. I just need you to hit 2. Yes, tap 2. Not gonna tap 2. Sorry if I sound like I'm being a little weird. I'm not. I'm doing math. 2. It tapped it here. Tap to here. Tap to here. Tap to here. Tap to here. So it might not be making sense. It didn't tap it here. Actually, it didn't. I'll go with it like this. I get a better result. Let's say 2 up. 70. Okay. I think this was. I did 81. I know I'm not about to make sense whatsoever. Here. How is this? Yeah, it's not gonna add up. I was trying to find some math. Okay, and it didn't add up. Hmm. But I think you're more likely to come back. I think you're more likely to come back. Still think you're more likely to retrace. Where's 3? 3. Oh, I know why it doesn't work over here. I know why. But still, once it got there, it did get a reaction. And I know why it's not going to work. And it's probably because we got an expansion right here. And then it does it again. I think that's why it doesn't fit. It's kind of like what John Bollinger does. Actually, it is. It is what John Bollinger did. He just made it easier for you to not have to sit here and try to calculate it out. But it's fun, in my opinion. I like that kind of stuff. Um, it actually happens from here. And then 3 reaction, which probably, let me see if it shows up on the Bollinger. I'm just killing a little bit of time. Let me see what Spot ended up doing this morning, and then I'm gonna play around a little bit, and then I'm gonna get out of here while I hang on the Bitcoin chart just to see if we're gonna do anything in here. SPY. We were talking about SPY yesterday. We're looking at these two in here. I don't think that we actually, yeah, we did come up above here. So I should have pressed it up because we did come above here yesterday. We came above here, right here. Let me just flag this because I don't know. We came above it right here. So I didn't move it from the other day, unfortunately, and that's what happens because it's one of those things that you use for trading, trading. Um, and it would have been this candle right here. And as soon as it slipped back below that 1-to-1, because we were holding out on the 1-to-1, as soon as it slipped back below this 1-to-1, then that would have been it. But it did it right there too. So yeah, it came up there and then it came up again right here. So it actually would have been off of this candle right here, which is pretty cool. But anyway, that 1-to-1 is working. We hold on, was I using that? Was I using 24? No, I wasn't using 24. Was I using weekly? I wasn't even using weekly because we haven't broke momentum on the weekly. Um, Yeah, we haven't crossed momentum on the weekly. I can tell you this right here. I am besides that 1-to-1, it's this will be the tap out in my opinion right here. I did go in and adjusted my through here, but I was mainly looking at that 1-to-1 as where price action would likely reject from. I think in the beginning we'd actually seen um, us pause at what was it, this or was it something else? It might not have been where you at, where you at. Yeah, it might not have been here. Yeah, so it was, yeah, it was, but it was drawn, it was different. Why is it let me just for the sake of it, no, I had it drawn differently, so it wasn't from that. Hold on. But either way it goes, 1-to-1 is mainly what I was watching. After, I mean, it had already broke those other ones, so yeah, 1-to-1. Hopefully that works for the rejection. If not, this was the next extension level in here. So I have two extension levels in here. One is this zone right here, and then the other one is this 775 right here. But if that holds, then could come down a little bit before continuing higher, in my opinion. Um, yeah, could just come down a little bit. No heavy reaction this morning, except for it trying to come back up here. 695, 685 is something I was looking for. If it does, if it were to reject, continue pushing down in here, which we haven't hit that yet. That would be here on the trend line. I think that's what it was when I had last looked at it though. The next expansion zone sits between 717, which I just mentioned, to 736, and a much further distance is the top side of the ascending broadening formation trend line, which I don't think that it would actually pop up into that. Um, and I had notated the 1-to-1 pull from the low, and I explained all that when I posted it. I explained all that in the post. Well, this was in the post when I initially did it. When I initially did it, we were capping out right here when I initially posted on it, but I haven't come over here to change anything, and that's simply because I don't trade it. I just look at the technicals on it. So I see we're trying to get a push up in here on all. I'm gonna move this for here. I'm gonna see if it comes back above here, if it chops it. It is, yeah, like I said, it was only gonna put in bullish divergence anyway. That's all it's gonna do is put in bull divs across here. So bullish divergence right now. I'm gonna let this go. It made sense for the post at the time. You already got a continuation dot in here. Doesn't really mean anything. I don't actually trade those. Uh, if I did, you can see how I would get wrecked. Now, most of the time they are really good. They are really good most of the time, but it has to be at a certain area for me to want to do them. A lot of times I just, if I got one and we was up here, I would take it. If I saw it in here, I would be looking at the bullish divergence and just consider it continuation. I wouldn't touch it because it's the center of the market. Uh, but if it was, like I said, down here, like real low, like this, and price action was already over overextended or relatively weak, then I would take it like that. So SPY with a little bounce, Bitcoin with the wick. We looking like over here, putting in bullish divergence over here as well. The bullish divvies in here. First thing to note is going to be that you have the bear divs in here, but basically you get a little correction and continuation. So its prices are moving fast enough for it to be anything else. The Qs, same thing. You just keep putting in bull divs. Same thing. Just putting in bull divs through here on the Qs as well. Let me see. Just trying to see. Yeah. So Qs. Bull div and two ascending support. Um, let's see Dow. Oh, I don't like Dow. You don't actually have any new bullish confirmation on the NASDAQ. There is no new bullish confirmation on the NASDAQ, which means the NASDAQ could fail right through here and reject. Uh, do I have a good place to pull a fib? I really don't have a good place to pull a fib. I can pull one off of this low, this high, this low, but it doesn't seem like a good place to do it. like it held it down before. Won't hold it again. So I guess I'll leave that. Something. Let's see. Yeah. Bitcoin with the little reaction though. Still not doing much. We're just trying to come back up that daily low. And we're back up above it. And again, you have unconfirmed bullish divergence on a fresh bullish divergence on the 1 hour. So we're in the zone again where I will be looking to take a long position. I'm just trying to be a little bit more patient here with this 4 hour time frame, and just let this candle close. I wanted to keep dancing around this level. Which did we even tap it? Because my alarm did not go off. 75,924. No, we didn't even tap it. Okay. Nice attempt out of Bitcoin though. Nice attempt out of Bitcoin. It's already diverging. But still trying to round out because we're not still trying to bottom in here. Just where though? Just where? Still trying. Get rid of that thing. Yep, that's all I got for today. We're either at it or we're near it. I know that much is true. My guidance will be that 4 hour candle close. From there, um, from there, I think we are going to see a bounce out of Bitcoin. Maybe just back up to the 50 golden pocket. I'm not going to go with the 382.50. I'm going to go with 786 to 50% retracement on it, and get that lower high. Um, if it doesn't look aggressive on that push up, then I will be taking the short from there. I'm gonna let the 4 hour do its thing, and then I'm gonna enter on a long position for it. We still got some time in here, as far as I can tell right now, unless for some reason some god candle just pops out of here. Um, as I see again, I see this 15-minute attempting to bottom out in here, just not following through. Bullish divergence one. Um, I think we gonna get it though. I think we there. We're here. We're here. We're at ground zero. Before we get into here. This is gonna come after we get that lower high. I hope this should come after we get that lower high. Yeah, it's suggesting we're gonna get that bounce up. And that's what it's suggesting. We're gonna get that bounce up. And I think we hit no, not yet. Not yet. Oof. That's just awful. That's just awful. We're gonna get that bounce up in here though before we take out this equal low down here. So somewhere right in here. All right. Let's see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. Oh, Palantir is calling my name before I go. Palantir is calling my name. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm about to do it. I'm about to pull that trigger on Palantir. I think I'm about to do it. I'll share it with you tomorrow. Love and appreciate you. See you later.